I know someone living will hear my voice. My name is Vikki. Although I'm dead, I want someone out there to hear my story, the truth. I was always a positive and happy person. My gang of girls would confide in me, and my man friends would always look out for me. I know I grew into a grounded and generous person. I became the woman I wanted to be. I lived a good life until I acknowledged what my parents did. I was the youngest of three. I considered myself different from the rest of my family, not better than them. I was just able to see situations for what they really were. As a teenager, I was independent, always questioned authority. I guess I was a compliant younger child. And now looking back, my instinct was right from a very young age. When I was 9, I started to observe the way my parents treated me, very different from my siblings. There was a pecking order, and I was certainly at the bottom. This Stone Age attitude remained until my parents both died of natural causes within 13 months of each other. Although my birth family consisted of 5, I always felt lonely. That's why I fell in love so easily. I needed a man to give me the affection and unconditional love that my parents were unable to. My life came crashing down when my parents' will was emailed to me by my older, cold-hearted brother. My elder siblings had the majority of my parents' estate. I never rocked the boat or caused my parents pain or worry, yet I was left with less than half the amount of money my siblings received. In life, the only thing that fractured my soul was acknowledging my parents' favoritism. And after the death of my father and mother, I couldn't turn back the clock and confront them and release my anger. I tried counseling, professional help. It didn't help. I was furious at myself for not going with my instinct and confronting my parents all those years ago. The opportunities were there, and I regretted not speaking up for myself. As an adult, I was strong enough to let it go. No, I wasn't. The injustice suffocated me, and bad thoughts started to enter my mind. And I did a bad thing. Very bad. I knew exactly what I was doing. It was my decision. The downward spiral started after I read their will. I paid friends of friends to excavate their graves and remove my dead mummy and daddy's bodies. I released some anger when I got involved in feeding their limp bodies to several very large adult pigs. They never would eat pork when living. I gave them their reason not to in their death. After this event, I felt a little better, but my anger towards their injustice increased. I sacrificed everything. I knew the only way I could stop the feeling of parental neglect was to confront them in my death. I couldn't wait until I died. I decided to take my own life. I watched a documentary which demonstrated how a celebrity committed suicide. And so I succeeded, using just a leather belt, chair, and door. When I passed away, I woke up standing in a giant record store. The store had a file of everything I had accomplished when living, all the bad, ugly, and good. I was so proud of my life's achievements. I rushed my visit at this store for the recently dead because I wanted to see my parents again. Dead face to dead face. My mother and father kept well away. They didn't want to meet me when I arrived after suicide because they were scared of me. They knew how angry I was. I only saw them briefly dancing together in the distance. I never got my moment in death to tell them what I had rehearsed in my mind over and over again. But I did enjoy being bad and doing bad before I committed suicide. I actually met the twisted demon that whispered the "feed them to the pigs" idea to me after I read the will. Demon and me get on really well. I laugh at her 3 legs and ugly pale face, and she laughs at how pretty I am. I like being where I am, just floating around like ghosts do. And now you've listened to my experience. I'll be the one whispering to you when you're awake, suggesting and encouraging you to be bad, really bad.